Good evening, you're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Joanna Ho. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Smooth traffic flow is reported on the first working day after the Kwan O-Lam tunnel opens. The government says there's no reason to worry over the plan to scrap environmental assessments for small projects. And China phases out a tracking system built into mobile phones. Traffic flowed smoothly on the first working day following the launch of the Kwan O-Lam tunnel. Improvements were made after some drivers complained of confusing road signs. Joanna Ho reports.
Transport Commissioner Rosanna Law said traffic was smoother than expected on the first working day following the opening of the Kwan O-Lam tunnel. Heavy traffic at the Kwan O tunnel also eased. On its first day of operation yesterday, some drivers said road signs at the new tunnel were confusing. But at this exit in Kowloon East, the situation improved with newly painted double white lines and digital signs to remind drivers heading to Kowloon to keep in lane. The bus interchange station opened today, but despite the rush hour, only a few passengers used it. With another commute option available apart from the railway, this man chose the new route to experience the tunnel. He waited for number 96, one of the 5 new bus routes that started service today, and hopes the operating time for the service between Hong Sing Garden and the Taipo Industrial Estate can be extended to non-peak hours as well. The other routes are 290E from the Kwan O Industrial Estate to Chun Wan West Station and 298X from Hang Hau to Changsha Wan. Number 790 plies between Oscar by the Sea and Modi Road, and 795 from the Industrial Estate to Changsha Wan. This woman said taking the 298X saved her almost half an hour. Commuters can use the footbridge to head to the interchange at the Eastern Harbour Crossing for more options. But many, including this commuter, were not aware of it. Ringo Lee, president of the Automobile Association, suggested building a footbridge to ease possible traffic congestion, as there are both roundabout and pedestrian crossings at the Kowloon exit of the tunnel. Joanna Ho, HKIBC.
The government has again defended its proposal to ditch environmental impact assessment reports for small development projects. A lawmaker was concerned that developers would take advantage of the rule adjustment, but environmental officials said there's no need to worry. Currently, all development projects of 20 hectares or more require an environmental impact assessment report. But now authorities want to raise the threshold from 20 to 50 hectares to streamline and speed up development procedures. At a panel meeting in the Legislative Council this morning, lawmaker Stephen Ho from the agriculture and fisheries sector expressed worries that some developers might divide a project into smaller plots to avoid the assessment. But environmental officials dismissed his concern.
It is clearly stated in the relevant provisions that the project proponents are not allowed to split the project areas. If they do so, we will require the project proponents to conduct the EIA processes. So we will be the gatekeeper as the EPD.
Environment Chief Tse Chin-wan said a centralized database developed by the department encompasses the latest data related to the environment and ecology of plots of land that are sensitive and require conservation. Che said the system can prevent the situation that Ho raised from arising, as it allows authorities to monitor the land. Terence Tseung, assistant director of the department, explained that of the 25 major projects requiring assessment reports in the past 20 years, those covering an area of under 50 hectares were mainly housing projects, while 14 of the 25 covering an area of more than 50 hectares were projects of a greater variety, such as cultural and business facilities. Therefore, larger-scale projects can make better use of the assessment report for advice on land planning, Tseung said. Over a week after the security chief said vigils in Hong Kong to mourn fire victims in Urumqi were a motive to start a color revolution, Chris Tang gave an update.
I think following what I have advised and warned the public, the situation has become died down. I would consider this is a success of a joint effort of people of Hong Kong in safeguarding the national security and security of Hong Kong.
Tang also revealed that search engine Google has rejected the government's request to put the correct national anthem at the top of its search result. The company said the results are based on algorithms. Tang accused Google of double standards as it was willing to follow an order from the European Union Court of Justice to delete inaccurate information. 8 people convicted of rioting in Tsim Sha Tsui during the social unrest have been jailed for up to 5 years. In another case, a former paramedic who attacked a mainland man was given a prison sentence. Macy Mock reports.
8 people convicted of rioting were today jailed for between 4 years and 7 months and 5 years. About 1,000 protesters had gathered outside Tsim Sha Tsui police station on October the 1st, 2019, and were joined by hundreds more in less than an hour. District Judge Kathy Tseung said the defendants had come prepared. 6 were also convicted of possessing offensive weapons, including folding knives. Another defendant was found guilty of possessing a wrench and a cutter with intent to damage property. Also in West Kowloon Magistracy, former paramedic Aoyun Chen Fai was sentenced to 2 years and 4 months in jail for attacking a mainland man in Mongkok during the social unrest in 2019. Aoyun had pleaded guilty to rioting. Deputy District Judge Leung Ka-ki said the mainland man was hospitalized for 4 days because of his injuries. Leung criticized Aoyun for choosing to attack instead of helping. National Security Police meanwhile arrested a 49-year-old man for allegedly publishing social media content that insulted the national anthem. He was also accused of doxing by targeting police officers and their families. Maisie Mock, HKIBC.
New Territories taxis are seeking to raise their flagfall by $6 to $29.50 next year. This follows a fare increase just 5 months ago when the flagfall rose by $3 to $23.50. The Hong Kong Taxi and Public Light Bus Association presented the government with 2 options, raising the flagfall by $3 in each of the next 2 years, or a one-off hike of $6 in the first half of next year. The association said the previous fare increase in July did not provide much help to their business because costs and insurance fees continued to rise. As COVID cases on the mainland continue to drop, Beijing is retiring a powerful tracking system which monitors people's whereabouts using big data. And there could be good news for those wishing to cross the Hong Kong-Shenzhen border. Raymond Yeung reports.
Despite rounds and rounds of meetings with mainland officials, the Hong Kong government has made little progress on fully resuming cross-border travel. But with Beijing finally abandoning zero COVID, there are signs that northbound travelers may soon forgo 8 days of quarantine. Videos and photos circulating on social media platform Weibo showed the Futian port building fully lit at night. The checkpoint, which connects to Lok Ma Chau on the Hong Kong side, has been out of operation since February 2020. According to the Ta Kung Pao newspaper, similar lighting inspections were also carried out at the Luohu and Lianchang boundary control points. Currently, only 2,000 people from the SAR can travel north every day via Shenzhen Bay or Zhuhai, a quota which is grossly inadequate when Lunar New Year approaches next month. In another major step away from zero COVID, China is phasing out a tracking system built into mobile phones. By analyzing people's electronic payment records and mobile signals, the system enables the government to track or limit people's movement. But the system will go offline from midnight after 1,034 days, and all personal data collected will be erased. The move came as COVID cases dropped 19% in the past 24 hours, with only 8,626 local infections on Sunday. While a rebound many had feared did not materialize, some say the real test only starts when travelers start making their way across cities in the coming weeks. Raymond Yang, HKIBC.
Overseas, the wintry weather gripping Britain has forced the closure of 2 airports in London, while 3 children died after falling through the ice on a lake in the West Midlands.
Our crews entered the water, swam to the first child, and our specialist trained firefighters, including technical rescue, rescued 3 further children. The children were brought out of the water, where they received immediate life support care from firefighters and our ambulance colleagues.
Police later said 3 children, all boys, died while the 4th is in critical condition. Meanwhile, unusually cold weather in many parts of Britain disrupted transport services. Passengers faced delays and cancellations after snow and ice swept through most of England, shutting down Gatwick and Stansted airports. The cold snap is expected to last through the week. Israeli troops have shot and killed a 16-year-old Palestinian girl in the occupied West Bank town of Jenin. Amid the tensions in the region, the Palestinian flag has been highly visible at football's showcase tournament.
When I came to Qatar to enjoy the World Cup, I didn't expect this, but all of a sudden I saw so much support for Palestine, so many flags, and it was so beautiful to connect to my heritage and to see so much support for it and so much love.
The Palestinians are not competing in Qatar, but their flag is prominent across the country. Many fans displayed the flag in support of the Palestinians. They also hope that widespread TV coverage will foster a greater interest in the Palestinian cause. Hong Kong stocks fell sharply on the first trading day of the week as investors cashed out on earlier gains. The Hang Seng Index lost 2.2%. CG Services, the property management arm of developer Country Garden, lost 17% after its chairwoman sold a 7% stake in the company. The ripple effect led to Country Garden losing 5.2%. Food delivery platform Meituan tumbled 7%. E-travel portal Trip.com fell 2.6% amid worries of rising infections after the mainland relaxed COVID curbs. Since China and Wynn Macau halted the casino recovery, with both dropping 3.2%. Now let's take a look at the markets. The Hang Seng Index closed down 437 points. To the top 10 active stocks, Trakovan down 42 cents, Meituan down $13.10. Alibaba down $3.50, Kuaishou down $2.10. To the forex trading against the Hong Kong dollar, euros at 8.21, pounds at 9.54, and Australian dollar at 5.26. Over to the UK market, FTSE 100 is down 13 points. On to the weather now. It will be cloudy with 1 or 2 light rain patches tomorrow. Temperatures will range between 14 and 17 degrees, much colder later in the week. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. That's our main news for Monday night. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Joanna Ho. Good night.